Hey, 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 Courageous Cause Champion. This is Lainey Frydrych from the Couch to 5A podcast, and this is episode 5. I was inspired today to talk about what's on your to-don't list. What is a to-don't list? I happened to see a Facebook post in a group that I'm in of this woman who had made a major transformation in her life. She had really taken control of her life. And that's one of the things that I teach in the self-care categories in the Couch to 5A training plan. We focus a lot on self-care because that's so foundational to everything else that we do in life. If that's weak, if we feel constricted, restricted, not expansive in any areas of our self-care, then it gets reflected in everything else that we try to do. All of our other goals that we're trying to achieve just get dragged down by these other things. I wanted to share with you what was on her list. As you can see here, she stopped biting her nails. How many of you have things that bad habits that maybe are, not good for you physically? I know one of the habits that I have gotten into is just making sure that I use hand lotion and body lotion and make sure I take care of my feet. Just physically, when you look at your body every day, do you like the way that you're taking care of it? Because if you aren't, that is one small step where you can start taking better care of this vehicle, this body that you've been given to live out your life. She stopped drinking alcohol, which is great. That's a toxin. It causes the body to get dehydrated, causes a lot of us to not make good decisions while we're drinking. She stopped smoking cigarettes and vapor pens, which probably makes her feel a lot better when she does her cardio workouts because she's in a workout program through this Facebook group. She stopped drinking soda. Are there things that you drink or eat that fill that sugar craving, but it's all calories? It's just empty calories. It's really not anything nutritious for your body. We're going to talk about that in the physical health part of self-care. What about eating fast food? Do you just get so rushed in your day and in your week that you're desperate for any type of food? It really does take a lot of extra planning to commit to what you're going to eat for the day ahead or the week ahead, and make sure that you buy things that are healthy and have healthy snacks available. It's one of those things that once you get into the habit, though, it's a lot easier. It's just forming those habits and getting good ideas that takes a little bit of time. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it to nourish your body, because if your body is depleted nutritionally, again, that impacts everything that you're trying to do. You're never going to have as much energy as you want, and you're always going to be craving more food because your body is just seeking nutrition. It's seeking nutrition for all the systems in your body from head to toe that need to be repairing and replenishing and protecting your systems all day, every day. And so your body is seeking out nutritious food. So if you put nutritious food in there right away, your body can calm down and do the work that it needs to do, and you're not distracted by these cravings, these food cravings. She said that she used to pick herself apart, probably mentally, just criticizing herself. Again, that's a small step that when you look in the mirror at yourself, start looking for the things that you like about yourself. Yeah, there's probably, all of us have things that we wish were different, and they may get different down the road. Like if you're in a workout routine, your body may start to change in ways that you are hoping to accomplish. In the meantime, though, just enjoy and savor and really hone in on the things about yourself and about your physical body that you do like, and just give attention in a positive way to those things. Maybe you like the color of your eyes, or maybe you like the color of your hair, or the length of your hair, or you've got a beautiful smile, or whatever. Just find, maybe you like your belly button. I like my belly button. It's really small. It's really cute. Anyway, just find one little thing, even if you have a pretty little birthmark. If there's just one little thing that you like about your body, just focus on that one thing all the time, and don't think about the other parts of your body that you don't like. They will change and be the way that you want them to be as you're implementing some of your goal plans. But in the meantime, don't attack yourself. Do not. You need to be your own best friend in your head. So be your own best friend and look for the things that are lovable about you and love you. She stopped weighing herself. She stopped having self-hate. She stopped binge eating. Again, once you start eating more healthy and you plan out your meals, these things go away. She stopped emotional eating. She stopped dwelling on past guilt. That's a huge one for us to forgive ourselves and just, let it go. Let it go. Life is, about learning, and it's about a learning experience, and you did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Don't keep reliving decisions that you wish you had made differently. You can't go back, so don't beat yourself up. You learn from the experience. Maybe you just made the mistake a third time, and maybe this is going to be the fourth time you do it differently. Just don't beat yourself up about things that happened in the past. She had panic attacks. She had obsessive racing thoughts. She used to place her self-worth in the thoughts of other people. In other words, other people had to be happy with her in order for her to be happy with herself. And that's huge, huge act of courage for you to say to yourself, I am the only one who gets to decide what I think about me. That is a courageous cause champion right there. And she had no more self-doubt, no more living in a negative state of mind, and no more blaming. So it's a beautiful, beautiful list. This is an example of a woman who's come a long way, baby. The old Virginia Slim cigarette commercial. You've come a long way, baby. And she's just really inspiring. I wrote down a few things that I have stopped doing. This is on my to-don't list. I don't let other people's opinions diminish my dreams anymore. There are people in my life now that I don't even give permission to know about my dreams and some of the things that I've got going on, because I know they'll be critical of it. So they don't get permission to be a part of me sharing my dreams. If they are not going to value those thoughts and those visions, then they don't get to be exposed to them. I don't try to convince others that what's right for me is right for them. I used to do this a lot, and that's one of the things that I teach in the Couch to 5A. We are cause champions, but that does not mean that we are here to evangelize everybody else into our way of thinking. This is really about becoming more welcoming with your message and, sharing what you're doing with other people in a way that they may invite themselves in to participate with you as you're doing things, as you're championing your causes. But this is not about saying my way is right and your way is wrong. It really doesn't work that way. It's not effective. It's not respectful of the fact that everybody has their own free will and their own perspective, their own ideas. They're doing what they think is the right thing for them right now. And you need to realize that it's about you celebrating and sharing what you're doing, but not in a way that you're trying to convince them that you're only going to like them, or that that they really need to change, because then you're not validating them. And remember, there probably was a time in your past where you weren't as geeked about the cause that you're currently geeked about. And so just remember, if somebody had tried to cram those things down your throat before you sort of converted to be a follower, a believer of your cause and the righteousness, I guess, of your cause, what would you have done? You'd have gotten defensive. So don't do that. Don't be that girl. Don't be that person. Don't be that woman who people don't want to be around, because you're indirectly criticizing their choices if you're trying to convince them that your choice is the right one for everybody. It's just wrong. Next is take responsibility for other people's responses. I don't do that anymore. Their response is their responsibility, and my response is my responsibility. I used to think that what people did made me upset, or what somebody did made me unhappy or angry. That's not true anymore. I mean, whatever people are doing, I can be completely neutral about. I have a response. I have an emotional response to things. It's natural to do that, but that response is my responsibility. That's it has nothing to do with what they just did. It's really my response to it, and that's a complex topic. We'll get more into that in other future podcasts. But I don't do that anymore. I don't take responsibility for their responses, and I don't expect them to be responsible for mine. Lastly, I don't expect anyone but me to make me happy. Again, that goes along with what I was just saying. If someone, does a stupid thing on the road in front of me as I'm driving, I have a choice about how I'm going to react to that. I could say, hey, I hope they can be a safer driver next time, and just let it go. Or I can get all pissy about it. So the choice is mine, how I want to be in that moment, and then do I want to continue to be angry about that? I don't want to, and I don't anymore. So that's my words of wisdom for today is take a look, think through the things over the years maybe that you've stopped doing, and what's on your to-don't list, and see how far you come, because you have come a long way already, and there's more on the journey ahead. Namaste.